Hare Krishna, everyone. Happy Diwali to all. Today is the day of a Diwali. On this day, like pastime of a Damodar Leela has happened. So today in Srila Prabhupada Book Reading Club, we will read the SB Canto 10, ninth chapter. How Yaśodā Maiya tie the Lord Krishna, who is the Supreme Lord, with the ropes of love and devotion. So let's start with Mangalacharan. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहित कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सह गण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांच हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देश तारिणे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. So please raise your hand so you will get the opportunity to read. Otherwise, I have to search for the devotees who want to read. Okay. So this is also seva, and I hear from the one acharya, and even Srila Prabhupada used to say that like on the Damodar Leela, we must read this from the Damodar Leela chapter from the Krishna book or from Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, just. Hare Krishna, should I start? Then everyone will follow, okay? So this is Canto 10, Chapter 9. Mother Yaśodā binds Lord Krishna. While Mother Yaśodā was allowing Krishna to drink her breast milk, she was forced to stop because she saw the milk pan boiling over on the oven. The maid servants being engaged in the other business, she stopped allowing Krishna to drink from her breast and immediately attended the overflowing milk pan. Krishna became very angry because of his mother's behavior and divinest means of breaking the pots of a yogurt because he created this disturbance. Mother Yashoda decided to bind him. These incidents are described in this chapter. One day, the maid servants being engaged in other works, Mother Yashoda was churning the yogurt into the butter herself, and in the meantime, the Krishna come and requested her to allow him to suck her breast milk. Of course, Mother Yashoda immediately allowed him to do so. But then she saw the hot milk on the oven was boiling, and therefore she immediately stopped allowing Krishna to drink her milk of her breast and went to stop the milk on the oven from overflowing. Krishna, however, having been interrupted this business of sucking the breast, was very angry. He took the piece of the stone and broke the churning pot and entered the room where he began to eat the fleshy churned butter. When Mother Yashoda, after attending the overflowing milk, returned and saw the pot is broken. She could understand that this was the work of Krishna. Therefore, she went to search for him. When she entered in the room, she saw the Krishna standing on the ukhala, a large mortar for grinding spices. Having turned the mortar upside down, he was stealing the butter hanging from a swing and distributing the butter to the monkeys. As soon as Krishna saw that his mother has come, he immediately began to run away, and Mother Yashoda began to follow him. After going to some distance, Mother Yashoda was able to catch Krishna, who, because of his offense, was crying. Mother Yashoda, of course, threatened to punish Krishna. He acted that way again. She decided to bind him with a rope. Unfortunately, when the time came to knot the rope with which she wanted to bind him was short by the distance equal to the width of her two fingers. When she made a rope into longer by adding another rope, again she saw that was short by the two fingers. Again and again she tried, and again she found the rope was short by the two fingers. Thus, she became very tired. And Krishna, seeing his affectionate mother so tired, allowed himself to bound. Now, being compassionate, he did not show her his unlimited potency. After Mother Yashoda bound Krishna and become engaged in other household affairs, the Krishna observed two Yamal Arjuna trees, which were actually Nal Kuvera and Manigriva, two sons of a Kuvera who had been condemned by the Narad Muni to become trees. Krishna, by his mercy, now began to process towards the trees which fulfill the desire of a Narad Muni. Hare Krishna. Who wants to read? Yes, Sharmila Mataji, you want to start?
Hare Krishna. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Sri Shukadeva Goswami continued. One day, when Mother Yaśodā saw that all the maid servants were engaged in other household affairs, she personally began to churn the yogurt. While churning, she remembered the childish activities of Krishna, and in her own way, she composed songs and enjoyed singing to herself about all those activities. Purport. Sri Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura, quoting from the Vaishnava Toshini of Srila Sanatana Goswami, says that the incident of Krishna's breaking the pot of yogurt and being bound by Mother Yashoda took place on the Deepavali day or Deepa Malika. Even today in India, this festival is generally celebrated very gorgeously in the month of Kartika by fireworks and lights, especially in Bombay. It is to be understood that among all the cows of Nanda Maharaja, several of Mother Yashoda's cows ate only grasses so flavorful that the grasses would automatically flavor the milk. Mother Yashoda wanted to collect the milk from these cows, make it into yogurt, and churn it into butter personally, since she thought that this child Krishna was going to the house of neighborhood Gopas and Gopis to steal butter because he did not like the milk and yogurt ordinarily prepared. While churning the butter, Mother Yashoda was singing about the childhood activities of Krishna. It was formerly a custom that if one wanted to remember something constantly, he would transform it into poetry or have this done by a professional poet. It appears that Mother Yashoda did not want to forget Krishna's activities at any time. Therefore, she poetized all of Krishna's childhood activities, such as the killing of Putana, Agasura, Shakatasura, and Trinavarta. And while churning the butter, she sang about these activities in poetical form. This should be the practice of persons eager to remain in Krishna conscious 24 hours a day. This incident shows how Krishna conscious Mother Yashoda was. To stay in Krishna consciousness, we should follow such persons. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So Mataji and Prabhuji, here we can see, like Krishna, Krishna used to do, Krishna go house to house and he used to steal the butter. And his mother was so worried. Worried about what? Worried about, okay, if Krishna keeps stealing the butters, then like there will be this famine, his like name will be not good in a society. So like when it comes to marry my Krishna, then who will give his daughter to my Krishna? So Mother Yashoda was like worried about his marriage, Krishna's marriage. That like if he keeps stealing butter, then who will give his daughter to the thief? So what she decided, okay, like I'm making the ordinary ghee and ghee and yogurt, but Krishna doesn't like it. So let me do something else. So Nanda Maharaj has 9 lakh cows, and there are a certain set of cows like who used to eat the flavorful grasses and like even the flowers like roses and lotus they used to like feed with the lotus flower. So like whatever milk used to come, they are with a lotus flower taste and lotus flower smell. So Krishna like what is the process of making ghee is like firstly you have to take out the milk from the cows, and Yashoda Maiya personally go take out the milk, and then you have to boil it to the high temperature for a long time. Then Yashoda Maiya boil the milk, and at a certain temperature you have to add the curd into it and convert it into the curd. So it take a long time and like a lot of efforts, and after making yogurt you have to churn it. And like there are maid servants but they are busy with the other work, so Yashoda Maya wants to make it very special, so Yashoda Maya was doing everything alone. So Yashoda Maya put lot of effort. So, and like while she is churning the yogurt, she is used to remembering the pastimes of Krishna, how Krishna killed the Putna, how he killed the Aghasura, Shakatasura, Trinavata. She was like churning the milk, and the sounds of bangles and the mridanga and kartas. So Yashoda Maya was through his mouth, she was remembering Krishna and making the poems and kirtans for Krishna. And with her bangles and her ornaments, they are playing the role of mridanga and kartas. So Yashoda Maya is one women, what we say, one woman kirtan. She was doing kirtan all alone. Just one. Okay. Hare Krishna, who wants to read another shloka?
Mataji, should I read?
Muttamanikam Prabhu? Sure,
Yes,
Prabhu.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dressed in saffron yellow saree with a belt tied about her full hips, Mother Yasoda pulled on the churning robe, laboring considerably, her bangles and earrings moving and vibrating, and her whole body shaking. Because of her intense love for her child, her breasts were wet with milk. Her face, with its very beautiful eyebrows, was wet with perspiration, and malati flowers were falling from her hair. Purport. Anyone who decides to be Krishna conscious is motherly affection or parental affection should contemplate the bodily features of Mother Yasoda. It is not that one should decide to become like Yasoda, for this is Mayavada, either in parental affection or conjugal love, friendship or servitorship. In any way, we must follow in the footsteps of the inhabitants of Vrindavana, not try to become like them. Therefore, this description is provided her here. Advanced devotees must cherish this description, always thinking of Mother Yasoda's features, how she was dressed, how she was working and perspiring, how beautifully the flowers were arranged in her hair, and so on. One should take advantage of the full description provided here by thinking of Mother Yasoda in maternal affection for Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. So here we can see like a description of Yashoda Maya is given her. She was wearing saffron yellow sari and like a belt about her hips. And there is a perspiration, means there is a sweat on her face. It means we can see that like how much effort she has done, like how much effort she is putting so that she can serve Krishna. And like she loved Krishna so much, even by thinking of Krishna, like her breast get wet with the milk. And like, yes, we can see like, here, like while churning the rope, her bangles and earring moving and vibrating and making the sound of kartals and mridanga. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, you can start reading.
Hare Krishna, Mother. While Mother
Also,
Yasoda,
Prabhuji, let's give the chance to everyone. Na? Like someone has raised a hand,
Mataji,
but I'm
before
unable to.
Prabhuji is raised the hand from starting.
Shall I
Yeah.
read?
Prabhuji.
Should I read?
Yes, Vinodhar Prabhuji, you can read, and then some Surender. I'm unable to read the name.
Okay, thank
Surender
you.
Nath Narayan Prabhuji.
Okay, Mataji. Translation.
Yes.
While Mother Yasoda was churning butter, Lord Krishna, desiring to drink the milk of her breast, appeared before her. And in order to increase her transcendental pleasure, he caught hold of the churning rod and began to prevent her from churning. Purport. Krishna was sleeping within the room, and as soon as he got up, he became hungry and went to his mother, wanting to stop her from churning and drink the milk of her breast. He stopped her from moving the churning rod. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So here we can see like Mother Yashoda was doing or churning the yogurt. She put the Krishna to sleep. And like, like how Mother Yashoda put Krishna to sleep, she used to tell him the stories, like stories of Rama. He used to tell him the pastimes of Varaha Deva and pastimes of Prahlad Maharaja, Narasimha Deva. So she used to sing the songs for Krishna. She used to like do the kirtans for Krishna, and like with a lot of love and affection, she used to sleep the Krishna. And while sleeping, like Krishna don't like to sleep, because like the process of fall into sleep is much beautiful than just sleeping. Sleeping means like simply lying, but like the process of making him sleep was so wonderful. So Krishna was like, oh, I also like I want it again. Like I want, like she should tell me the pastime. She should pamper me, and like she should affect like she should like affectionate towards me. So like like so he was sleeping and he come out and he is seeing that his mother is churning the yogurt, and he think like like Yashoda Maya loved Krishna so much, and there was a nectar of their love, and the nectar used to come out in a form of her milk. So like Krishna wants to like taste her nectar of her love. So Krishna, like as soon as he get up from the bed, he feel like okay, he is hungry and he want to drink the milk from her breast. And so like what Krishna do, like Krishna go towards the Mother Yashoda and didn't directly ask to like milk, but she hit stop the churning rod. Like he take the churning rod in his hand. Look, so Yashoda Maya think, okay, my son has become more and more stronger. So she is also pleased. Hare Krishna, Sarendranath Narayan Prabhu, you can read.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Translation, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mother Yasoda then embraced Krishna, allowed him to sit down on her lap, and began to look upon the face of the Lord with great love and affection. Because of her intense affection, milk was flowing from her breast, but when she saw that the milk pan on the oven was boiling over, she immediately left her son to take care of the overflowing milk. Although the child was not fully satisfied with the drinking the milk of his mother's breast. Everything, Prabhupada by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Everything in the household affairs of the mother Yasoda was meant for Krishna. Although Krishna was drinking the breast of mother Yasoda, when she saw that the milk pan on the kitchen was overflowing, she had to take care of it immediately, and thus she left her son, who then became very angry. Not having been fully satisfied with drinking the milk of a breast, sometimes one must take care of more than one item of important business for the same purpose. Therefore, Mother Yasoda was not unjust when she left her son to take care of the overflowing milk on the platform of love and affection, it is the duty of the devotee to do one thing first and the other thing later. The proper intuition by which to do this is given by Kṛṣṇa. Tesham satata yuktam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. In Kṛṣṇa consciousness, everything is dynamic. Kṛṣṇa guides the devotee in what to do first and what to do next in the platform of absolute truth.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. So,
Thank you.
yes, so Mother Yaśodā agreed, and she starts breastfeeding the Krishna with the milk, and Yaśodā Maiya was out of love. She used to see the Krishna, and whatever the feelings she got, then more nectarian milk used to flow, and Krishna used to drink that love, nectarian love in a form of milk. So Yaśodā Maiya is constantly seeing Krishna, and you can see that he is the Lord of entire universes. He's a Parabrahma, and Yaśodā Maiya is just seeing him and feeding him her breast milk. So she used to see the Krishna, and Krishna used to see her and drink the milk, and this cycle is going on repeatedly. But Yaśodā Maiya, at once she saw that she put the milk for a boiling to make the sweets and to make the yogurt for Krishna. Whatever things are going in Yaśodā Maiya's house, it is for Krishna. So in the similar way, whatever things are happening in our house, even for even we are cooking or making shopping or all things, we should always put the center Krishna in a center, and everything we also should do everything for a Krishna. So here we can take the one take out that devotees prefer, rather than seeing Krishna, devotees prefer that we should serve Krishna. So we can learn this from the Yaśodā Maiya. When we go in a temple, when we simply see the Krishna, it's okay, it's beautiful, it's all attractive. But when we serve Krishna, it is more blissful. So service is more important than just seeing Krishna. Even many devotees say, how fortunate the devotees who can see the Srila Prabhupada in front. But we can serve the Prabhupada. This is more beautiful. So she left the Krishna, and she go to turn off the chulha, or take out the milk from the chulha. And here it is also where there is saying na tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mama upayanti te. In this Bhagavad Gita shloka, what said, and even Prabhupada, what is saying, that devotees should do one thing at a one time. When you are chanting, you don't have to do the other activities, or when you are performing any service, you don't have to do the 2-3 activities. And which activity we should put in priority, that Krishna will guide you. When you engage in Krishna consciousness, Krishna will guide you. So while chanting, when your mind wanders, go anywhere, so you have to pull back the mind and engage in Krishna's service. Hare Krishna, Vinod Prabhu, you can read. And this is the seva, okay? Today is a Diwali day, and Damodar Leela has happened. So everyone, there are 23 shlokas in this chapter. At least everyone should read one shloka. Please take out the time and read one shloka.
Mataji,
Can I read?
Yes, let
Page-
Vinod Prabhu read, and then next shloka you can continue.
Hare
And
Krishna,
we need some fast
translation.
readers, okay? We have to finish 23 shlokas.
Being
We are still on
very angry
6.
and biting his reddish lips with his teeth, Krishna, with false tears in his eyes, broke the container of yogurt with a piece of stone. Then he entered a room and began to eat the freshly churned butter in a solitary place. Purport. It is natural that when a child becomes angry, he can begin crying with false tears in his eyes. So Krishna did this, and biting his reddish lips with his teeth, he broke the pot with a stone, entered a room, and began to eat the freshly churned butter. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So here is another we can take out, Krishna is biting reddish lips with his white teeth. So, we have some Rajoguna, Tamoguna, and even a Satoguna. So, we can perform the devotional activities when we transcend the Satoguna. But or we can, but for performing devotional activities, like we have to at least on a platform of a satoguna. So here Krishna is indicating that when you want to serve me, so you have to repress the rajoguna by being in a satoguna. So you have to be a more sattvic. Uh, Yes, and like we can see here, like Krishna is a burning, breaking the pots. Like he is the universe, he is the master of universe. He is the owner of the universe. And like when he want to drink the milk from her mother left him and like go to do other work. So he was little angry here. So Hare Krishna, Sarita Mataji, you can continue.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Mother Yaśodā from here. Na? Mother Yaśodā, after taking down the hot milk from the oven, returned to the churning spot, and when she saw that the container of yogurt was broken and that Krishna was not present, she concluded that the breaking of the pot was the work of Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Seeing the pot broken and Krishna not present, Yaśodā definitely concluded that the breaking of the pot was work of Krishna. There was no doubt about it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So here we can see like out of anger, what Krishna did, he broke the pot because of this pot, because of doing other was Yasoda Maya was leaving me alone. So this is the natural tendency. Like if you are talking to some person and you are busy in doing other works, then like person will think, oh, I take out the time for you, and why you are doing these things. So Krishna was thinking the same. Even we are chanting, we are inviting Krishna. Like when we chant, Krishna comes and sit in front of us. And like when our mind goes here and there, and we are not concentrated, we are not focused on Krishna, then Krishna also get angry because he is a person. He is not impersonal. He also has some feelings, and his feelings are for his devotees, not general people. So we have to be very focused when we are chanting, na? Like otherwise Krishna will get angry because we are calling Krishna and we are just serving his holy name, his sound vibration, and there is no difference between Krishna and his sound vibration because he is the absolute. So we have to take care of this. And like how much Yasoda Maya catch the Krishna. Okay, this is the work of Krishna because like when he break the butter, like pots of buttermilk and ghee, that his small fits filled with buttermilk, and there are footprints of Krishna everywhere with the buttermilk and curd. And like he doesn't break one pot. Like whatever pots were present in the entire house, he like break the pots full of yogurt, ghees, and like we can see the Yasoda Maya has the 9 lakh cows. So how much quantity of ghee they are keeping in their house, and Krishna broke everything. And like when Yasoda Maya turned back, the entire house is a full, entire floor is a full with butter, ghee, and like yogurt and milk was spilled there. Hare Krishna, Pravina Mataji, you can read.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Krishna at that time was sitting on an upside down wooden mortar for grinding spices and was distributing milk preparations such as yogurt and butter to the monkeys as he liked. Because of having stolen, he was looking around with great anxiety, suspecting that he might be chastised by his mother. Mother Yashoda, upon seeing him, very cautiously approached him from behind. Mother Yashoda was able to trace Krishna by following his butter smeared footprints. She saw that Krishna was stealing butter, and thus she smiled. Meanwhile, the crows also entered the room and came out in fear. Thus, Mother Yashoda found Krishna stealing butter and very anxiously looking here and there. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. So here we can see now, like Yasoda Maya was angry. Okay, why he is making such a naughty things and like breaking all the pots, and like she is happy also because what Krishna used to do. Krishna is the supreme supreme thief, and like no one knows better than to steal than Krishna. Like, so we shouldn't cheat the Krishna by promising Krishna, oh Krishna, I will do this for you, I will do that for you, and like not doing that. Because if you do that, if you cheat Krishna, but Krishna is the supreme cheater. He know how to cheat you in in very large quantity. So we shouldn't cheat the Krishna, okay? And we shouldn't cheat our gurus also, because they know everything. Because we inside our heart there is a Paramatma, and the pure devotees are connected to Paramatma. From our Paramatma to the Paramatma present in their heart, they get the dictations. Okay, this person is like this he do this kind of stuffs, and he committed these offenses, and like he has these faults, and these are the good qualities of him. So like when we are taking diksha, or when we meet the Guru Maharaj or pure devotees, they can read our entire life, because they are connected with the Paramatma. So, like Krishna, okay, Krishna broke the pots, but now what he is doing, he's sit on the wooden motor, and like he's not stealing by himself. He's eating the butter by himself, but he is so naughty that he called he has some special sounds. When he used to make the sounds, his friends and his monkeys and all people used to come. So he make the sound, and all monkeys come, and even the crows are come, and he is not only eating butter himself, but he's feeding the ghee and butter to the monkeys. And we know the price of the ghee nowadays, and even it is not pure, but from the Nanda Maharaja's house we can imagine the quality and quantity. And he used to feed all. And another we can think monkeys help the Lord Rama in his mission. So at that time, Ram Bhagwan said them, okay, today in this yoga you are putting efforts. When I come as a Krishna, then I will feast you. So the monkeys put the efforts in the Ram, in a Ram Avatara, assist the Ram Bhagwan. And now this is the time for their feasting. Krishna is personally feeding with his hands to the monkeys. And yes, they are anxious, because he know I broke all the pots of ghee and butter, and everywhere there is a ghee and butter on the floor, and Yaśodā Maiya will surely beat me or chastise me. So he was anxiously looking here and there. Okay, I'm doing this. Yaśodā Maiya, if Yaśodā Maiya will come, I have to run. And even the crows and monkeys were anxious, because who will feed the butter, pure butter and ghee to the monkeys and the crows? So this is the love of Lord Krishna. Krishna will always, or Lord Rama will always remind you, and whatever little seva you do, if you chant the single name of Krishna, if you offer the flowers, if you offer the ghee to the Lord, and even if you attend the Mangalarti, even if you take the one darshan in the temple, Krishna will remember everything, and he will reciprocate you. He will surely reciprocate you, because we learn in a small book reading that Krishna never forgets, but Jiva forgets, but Krishna never forgets. So everything is recorded in Krishna's book. So we should try to render more and more services. Hare Krishna, Satyanarayan Prabhu, we complete.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Srila Prabhupada Vichi. When Lord Krishna saw his mother sick in his hand, he very quickly got down from the top of the motor and began to flee as if very much afraid. Although yogis tries to capture him as Paramatma by meditation, desiring to enter into the effulgence of the Lord with great austerities and penances, they failed to reach him. But Mother Yaśodā, thinking that came from the same personality of Godhead Krishna to be her son, began following Krishna to catch him. Perfect. Yogis, mystics want to catch Krishna as Paramatma with great austerities and penances, then try to approach him. Yet they cannot. However, we see however, that Krishna is going to be caught by Yaśodā and is running away in fear. This illustrates the difference between the bhakti and the yogi. Yogis cannot reach Krishna, but for pure devotee like Mother Yaśodā, Krishna is already caught. Krishna was afraid of Yasoda's stick. This was mentioned by Queen Kunti in her prayers, Bhaya Bhavanya Sitasya, Bhagavatam 1.8.31. Krishna is afraid of Mother Yasoda and yogis are afraid of Krishna. Yogis are try to reach Krishna by Jnana Yoga and other yogas but fail. Yet, although Mother Yasoda was a woman, Krishna was afraid of her, as clearly described in this verse. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So thank you, Prabhuji. So here we can see now Krishna is the owner and like he's a controller of our universes, but he's a control by Mother Yashoda. He is getting scared by the just seeing the stick in her hand, and like we can see like even the yogis and like they perform a lot of austerities and the penances to just to look like just to take the darshan of Krishna and like just to try to approach Krishna. They take the like austerities for the thousands of years. And like but like we are seeing here the Mother Yashoda was like running behind the Krishna with the by seeing the stick, and Krishna is running because he get the scare of the stick. So like we can see one hand how like Krishna is a master of universe, and another hand like Krishna is just running out of here. And yes, how can we approach Krishna through the Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, or like Ashtanga Yoga or Karma Yoga? No, we can approach Krishna and we can approach Krishna by our devotional service. Only through the bhakti we can purchase Krishna. And that's the reason now Krishna is just getting scared of her Maya. So Krishna doesn't give the pure bhakti to anyone. We should be qualified for that, because when we perform the pure bhakti, Krishna get control by the pure devotees. Krishna sell himself to the pure devotees. So we need to be qualified to be a pure devotees. So we can render beautiful service to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Vinod Prabhu, you can read.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. While following Krishna, Mother Yasoda, her thin waist overburdened by her heavy breasts, naturally had to reduce her speed because of following Krishna very swiftly. Her hair became loose and the flowers in her hair were falling after her. Yet she did not fail to capture her son Krishna. Purport. Yogis cannot capture Krishna by severe penances and austerities, but Mother Yasoda, despite all obstacles, was finally able to catch Krishna without difficulty. This is the difference between a yogi and a bhakta. Yogis cannot enter even the effulgence of Krishna. Yasha Prabha Prabhavo Jagat Anda Koti Kotisu. Brahm Samhita 5.40. In that effulgence, there are millions of universes, but yogis and jnanis cannot enter that effulgence even after many, many years of austerities, whereas bhaktas can capture Krishna simply by love and affection. This is the example shown here by Mother Yasoda. Krishna therefore confirms that if one wants to capture him, one must undertake devotional service. Bhakta enter even the planet of Krishna very easily, but the less intelligent yogis and jnanis, by their meditation, remain running after Krishna. Even if they enter Krishna's effulgence, they fall down. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So here we can see that now, like she is the Maharani of Krishna. Like she is a Maharani, like she is a queen, and like like out of love and affection, she was little chubby, and like it is little difficult for the chubby people to run, but still like it will reduce their speed. But still, Yasoda Maya was running behind the Krishna, and you know how much time she ran behind the Krishna from the morning to afternoon. She is running behind the Krishna to catch him, and Krishna is like running in front of her. So like when he saw, okay, Yasoda Maya like putting a lot of efforts, and like he becomes satisfied with his Yasoda Maya's efforts, and she saw now Yasoda Maya is tired. Then Krishna decided, okay, now let me let Yasoda Maya will catch him. So like what is in our hand? In our hand we can put the efforts, and by like so like we cannot order Krishna to please. It's Krishna's wish, or like Krishna is independence to like to give us the results of everything we are doing. So So like we have to put efforts, and by seeing our efforts, Krishna bestow his mercy upon us. So we have to put a lot of efforts to attain to Krishna. And yogis and gyanis are considered like less intelligent because they try to meditate upon the Krishna's form and by doing a lot of like other practices, like, but they are not even able to enter in a Brahman, impersonal Brahman, like which is the effulgence of Krishna's body. But like when we practice the bhakti yoga, we cannot just enter in a Brahman, but we can go in a Golok Vrindavana. We can associate with the Krishna. We can be a friend to Krishna. We can be a like mother, father to Krishna. Even we can be a gopis. So we can serve Krishna personally. So bhakti is the only way. Only by the bhakti we can catch Krishna. By doing all other means, we cannot catch the Krishna. Hare Krishna, Guneshri Mataji, you can read.
Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Translation: When caught by Mother Yaśodā, Krishna became more and more afraid and admitted to being an offender. As she looked upon him, she saw that he was crying, his tears mixing with the black ointment around his eyes. And as he rubbed his eyes with his hands, he smeared the ointment all over his face. Mother Yaśodā, catching her beautiful son by the hand, mildly began to chastise him. Purport: From these dealings between Mother Yaśodā and Krishna, we can understand the exalted position of a pure devotee in loving service to the Lord. Yogis, Jnanis, Karmis, and Vedantists cannot even approach Krishna. They must remain very, very far away from him and try to enter his bodily effulgence. Although this also they are unable to do. Great demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva always worship the Lord by meditation and by service. Even the most powerful Yamraja fears Krishna. Therefore, as we find in the history of Ajamila, Yamraja instructed his followers not even to approach the devotees, what to speak of capturing them. In other words, Yamraja also fears Krishna and Krishna's devotees. Yet this Krishna became so dependent on Mother Yaśodā that when she simply showed Krishna the stick in his hand, Krishna admitted to being an offender and began to cry like an ordinary child. Mother Yaśodā, of course, did not want to chastise her beloved child very much, and therefore she immediately threw a stick away and simply rebuked Krishna, saying, "Now I shall bind you so that you cannot commit any further offensive activities, nor for the time being can you play with your playmates." This shows the position of a pure devotee in contrast with others like Jnanis, Yogis, and the followers of Vedic ritualistic ceremonies in regarding the transcendental nature of the absolute truth. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Yes, as a Sarita Mataji is saying, in the spiritual world, everything is living. Even the flowers, even the flowers can speak. They can discuss with each other. How can we serve Krishna? And even the stones can, stones are living. Everything is living. Even a milk is living. Like, why milk is coming out of the pot? Because Mother Yaśodā was feeding her breast milk, and milk start feeling that, okay, like we are not able to serve Krishna, and then what is the use of this life where we cannot serve Krishna? What is the use of such life where we cannot serve Krishna? So milk think that, okay, it's when there is no service of Krishna in our life, so better to commit the suicide. So his milk is trying to come out of the pot and trying to commit the suicide. So we can take out the one point from here, that like when there is no service to Krishna in our life, then life is useless. So we don't have to commit the suicide, but we should try to serve Krishna. And why these flowers are falling down from here, like a flower is to think, okay, because I'm on the head of Yaśodā Maiya, so because of our weight, her speed is decreasing. When we fall from her head, so her speed can increase and she can easily catch Krishna. So flowers are also trying to serve Krishna and is trying to serve the pure devotee. And when we serve the pure devotee, when we please the pure devotee, then Krishna is ultimately pleased. So we also sing na Yasya Prasadat Bhagavad Prasada. Yasya, yeah. So yes, at the end, by seeing her efforts, Krishna gets Yasoda Maya able to cough the Krishna. But when but she's putting efforts from morning till afternoon. Na? So we also have to put the efforts. Then only we can catch the Krishna, and we can catch the Krishna not by our not by our own efforts, by seeing the Krishna uh, by uh, by Krishna's will. When Krishna is pleased with our efforts, when Krishna wants to catch by us, then when Krishna has the will by catch by us, then only we can catch the Krishna. Even the all people are fear with the Yamraja, but Yamraja is a fearful, and his servants are fearful of Krishna. So but we can see that Krishna is a fearful of his devotees out of his compassion and love for his devotees. So only by performing a pure devotional service, I'm saying a pure, not a mixture of bhakti, by pure devotional service, we can able to catch Krishna. And Krishna is catched by what? And when we offer the fruits, flower, what Krishna takes? Krishna not taking fruits and flowers. Krishna has the much more millions and billion time quality apples there in his spiritual world. What Krishna is taking? Krishna is taking our love and devotion, our bhakti from that. So Hare Krishna, who wants to read?
Hare Krishna. Can I, Mataji? Yeah.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Sorry, yes, Mataji.
Yeah, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mother Yaśodā was always overwhelmed by intense love for Krishna, not knowing who Krishna was or how powerful he was. Because of maternal affection for Krishna, she never even cared to know who he was. Therefore, when she saw that her son had become excessively afraid, she threw the stick away and desired to bind him so that he would not commit any further naughty activities. Purport. Mother Yaśodā wanted to bind Krishna not in order to chastise him, but because she thought that the child was so restless that he might leave the house in fear. That would be another disturbance. Therefore, because of full affection to stop Krishna from leaving the house, she wanted to bind him with rope. Mother Yaśodā wanted to impress upon Krishna that since he was afraid merely to see her stick, he should not perform such disturbing activities as breaking the container of yogurt and butter and distributing its contents to the monkeys. Mother Yaśodā did not care to understand who Krishna was and how his power spreads everywhere. This is an example of pure love for Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. So here we can see na, Yasoda Maya, all the pure devotees of Krishna, Yog Maya put them in illusion. Like they forgot Krishna is a supreme personality of a Godhead. Even when Brahma was offering prayers, and even Indra used to offer the prayers to Krishna, demigod used to come and offer their prayers. His friends used to think that, oh, these persons are so stupid. To whom they are offering prayers? The one who steals the butter, and one who jumps here and there like a monkeys. So they don't used to believe Krishna is the supreme person, and that's their love. But when it comes to us, we know that Krishna is the supreme personality of a Godhead, and so we want something in a return. So that is not love. This is the business. So we shouldn't do the business with the Krishna. We should love Krishna. We are serving Krishna. We don't want anything in return, but what we only want the loving, transcendental, loving devotional service to the lotus feet of Krishna. That should be our desire. We shouldn't ask anything material, because even if you ask anything material, it will be goes with our body. Whenever we leave this body, then everything will be stay here only. So what is use of such things? So it's better to go in a spiritual world and serve Krishna. And yes, Yasoda Maya, why Yasoda Maya is trying to bind Krishna? Because Krishna has committed big offense now. He broke all the butter pots and all the ghee pots, even all the curd pots, and everything everywhere there is a ghee and curd. So Yasoda Maya don't want he commit such offense again. And he was so scared, because we can see now when we do some naughty activity, then which is a greater offense, then we get very scared. Okay, what if my mama will mama will scared, mama will mock me, or she will speak me with anger. So children get a lot of get scared easily. So Yasoda Maya was like worried about, like, okay, he's so scared, and out of anxiety, he leave the house. So she is trying to bind the Krishna. So Hare Krishna, Vinod Prabhu, you can read.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Translation: The Supreme Personality of Godhead has no beginning and no end, no exterior and no interior, no front and no rear. In other words, he is all pervading. Because he is not under the influence of the element of time, for him there is no difference between past, present, and future. He exists in his own transcendental form at all times. Being absolute, beyond relativity, he is free from distinctions between cause and effect, although he is the cause and effect of everything. That unmanifested person, who is beyond the perception of the senses, had now appeared as a human child, and Mother Yaśodā, considering him her own ordinary child, bound him to the wooden mortar with a rope. Purport: in Bhagavad Gita 10.12, Krishna is described as the Supreme Brahman, Param Brahman, Param Dhama. The word Brahma means the greatest. Krishna is greater than the greatest, being unlimited and all-pervading. How can it be possible for the all-pervading to be measured or bound? Then again, Krishna is the time factor. Therefore, he is all-pervading not only in space but also in time. We have measurements of time, but although we are limited by past, present, and future, for Krishna, these do not exist. Every individual person can be measured, but Krishna has already shown that although he also is an individual, the entire cosmic manifestation is within his mouth. All these points considered, Krishna cannot be measured. How then did Yaśodā want to measure him and bind him? We must conclude that this took place simply on the platform of pure transcendental love. That was the only cause. Everything is one because Krishna is the supreme cause of everything. Krishna cannot be measured or calculated by Vedic knowledge. He is available only to devotees. Devotees can handle him because they act on the basis of loving service. Thus, Mother Yaśodā wanted to bind him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So what we see, like Krishna has an impersonal feature also, and like Krishna is a localized Paramatma also. Krishna is a present in everyone's heart, and like Krishna is all pervading in the form of his supreme Brahman, like in the form of his energy. He's all pervading. And how Yaśodā Maiya can bind someone who is unlimited, and like how can we bind such person? And like even Krishna is not under influence of a time. He knows everything, past, future, and present. So it is very difficult. No one can bind Krishna, like even his manifested form. Like even when he opened the mouth, when he eat the clay, so her Yaśodā Maiya see the entire universe in Krishna's mouth. So is it possible to bind someone like who has a inside him entire universe is resting? It's not possible. So but like Mother Yaśodā was trying to bind Krishna, but like is it possible to try bind Krishna like by any material person? No, only the person who was on a platform of a transcendental love, who is the pure devotee of Krishna, he can tie the Krishna. Even and Krishna is the cause of everything we are reading. Yes, Sadhana Mataji, you can start reading.
Hare Krishna Mataji. When Mother Yaśodā was trying, Hare Krishna, when Mother Yaśodā was trying to bind the offending child, she saw that the binding rope was short by a distance of width of 2 fingers. Thus she brought another rope to join to it. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Here is the first chapter in Krishna's exhibition of unlimited potency to Mother Yaśodā when she tried to bind him. The rope was too short. The Lord had already shown his unlimited potency by killing Putna, Shaktashura, and Trinavrata. Now the Krishna exhibited another vibhuti or display of potency to Mother Yaśodā. Unless I agree, Krishna desired to show, you cannot bind me. Thus, although Mother Yashoda, in her attempt to bind Krishna, added one rope after another, ultimately she was a failure. When Krishna agreed, however, she was successful. In other words, one must be in transcendental love with Krishna, but that does not mean that one can control Krishna. When Krishna is satisfied with one's devotional service, he does everything himself. Sevo no mukhe he Jivhadva swam iva spaharute adha. He revealed more and more to the devotees as the devotees advance in service. Jivhadva. This service begins with mouth while chanting and with taking the prasad of Krishna. Atha Shri Krishna Namadi na bhavet graha yam indriyaha sevano mukhehi jivha adu स्वयं इवा स्पृहते अदा. Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu 1.2.3234. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. So yes, Yaśodā Maya like she is putting a lot of effort, so she is able to catch Krishna, but she was not able to bind Krishna. So with our efforts, we can try to please Krishna, like we can try to catch Krishna. But Krishna, when it comes to bind Krishna with us, like we cannot bind Krishna by like until Krishna desire it. And but when Krishna desire, when we put a lot of efforts. And so Yaśodā Maya was trying to bind Krishna, but like the distance, by 2 fingers rope used to remain short, and even Yaśodā Maya used to join the ropes, but the same thing happens. It will remain 2 fingers short. Even she collected all the ropes from entire Vrindavan Dham, but then also collecting all the ropes, then also the 2 fingers distance will be there, and that a rope will be short by 2 fingers. So like here we can see now, unless I agree, Krishna desire to show you cannot bind me. So with efforts we can try to approach Krishna, but unless Krishna desires, unless Krishna agrees, we cannot bind Krishna. So but we should do what is in our hand. And here what we see, Krishna reveals more and more to the devotee as a devotee advances in service. And how devotees say they are not having taste in a chanting, because they are not what we are saying in a chanting, please give me seva. When we do the services, then our chanting improves. But when it comes to services, we are not able to find the time. Even we cannot take for the online seva, even we cannot take the 15 minutes or 1 hour. So we should do the service. The more you serve Krishna, the more Krishna will reveal to devotees, and even we get the taste in a chanting. And service, how service begin? It begins with the tongue by chanting the holy names and taking the Krishna prasadam. And we also try to serve the Krishna in other sevas, like online sevas, even the counseling sevas, poster making sevas, become co-host, and admins, becoming teacher. There are a lot of sevas, so we should take the benefit of this. More we serve, more you will become advanced, and more Krishna will reveal himself. So Hare Krishna. Who wants to read? Vinod Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Translation. The new rope also was short by a measurement of 2 fingers, and when another rope was joined to it, it was still 2 fingers too short. As many ropes as he joined, all of them failed. Their shortness could not be overcome. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So even Yaśodā Maya joined all the ropes from Vrindavan Dham till it was short. Yes, Muttamanikam Prabhu can read.
Yes, Mother. Translation. Thus, Mother Yasoda joined whatever ropes were available in the household, but still she failed in her attempt to bind Krishna. Mother Yasoda's friends, the elderly gopis in the neighborhood, were smiling and enjoying the fun. Similarly, Mother Yasoda, although laboring in that way, was also smiling. All of them were struck with wonder, purport. Actually, this incident was wonderful because Krishna was only a child. with small hands. To bind him should have required only a rope not more than 2 feet long. Although all the rope in the house combined together might have been hundreds of feet long, but still he was impossible to bind, for all the ropes together were still too short. Naturally, Mother Yasoda and her Gopi friends thought, how is this possible? Seeing this funny affair, all of them were smiling. The first rope was shot by measurement the width of 2 fingers, and after the second rope was added, it was still 2 fingers too short. If the shortness of the ropes were added together, it must have amounted to the width of hundreds of fingers. Certainly, this was astonishing. This was another exhibition of Krishna's inconceivable potency to his mother and his mother's friends. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, yes, one rope is a 2 finger short. When we add another rope, so like it should be full, na. But then also it become 2 fingers short. Like because Krishna is unlimited, and how can you bind someone like who is unlimited with some limited things with a limited rope? So, here we can see that this is Krishna's inconceivable potency, and everyone was astonished by this. By this, and your mother Yaśodā was putting labor, and like she is also smiling. So we can take out now, like yes, we have to put labor for Krishna, and like we don't have to do that. Okay, I have to do this for Krishna with a lot of anxiety and tiredness, but we should be with the smiling face and with the love. We should try to serve Krishna, and we should put the labors with the love for Krishna. Hare Krishna. I think Dattatreya Prabhu, you want to read? You raise the hand in between. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dattatreya Prabhu, you want to read? Okay, Sharmila Mataji, you can continue.
Hare Krishna. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Because of Mother Yashoda's hard labor, her whole body became covered with perspiration, and the flowers and comb were falling from her hair. When child Krishna saw his mother thus fatigued, he became merciful to her and agreed to be bound. Purport. When Mother Yashoda and the other ladies finally saw that Krishna, although decorated with many bangles and other jeweled ornaments, could not be bound with all the ropes available in the house, they decided that Krishna was so fortunate that he could not be bound by any material condition. Thus, they gave up the idea of binding him. But in competition between Krishna and his devotee, Krishna sometimes agrees to be defeated. Thus, Krishna's internal energy, Yogamaya, was brought to work, and Krishna agreed to be bound by Mother Yasoda. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So yes, Yasoda Maya was putting very hard labor, and like her body is all body is covered with the perspiration or sweat, and like flowers, and like her flowers are falling from her hair. So we can hear take out this thing now. Like okay, we are not currently we are not that much pure devotee that we can directly serve Krishna, but like we can help the pure devotees to serve Krishna by by reducing their labor, by taking some sevas. So these things we can learn from these flowers. And yes, we can try to bind the Krishna through our efforts, but we can bind Krishna only if Krishna desires. And like when there is a competition between Krishna and his devotees, sometimes Krishna is agreed to defeat it out of love and compassion toward their devotees. Hare Krishna, Muttamanikam Prabhu can read.
Hare Krishna Mother. O Maharaja Parikshit, this entire universe, with its great exalted demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and Lord Indra, is under the control of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yet the Supreme Lord has one transcendental attribute. He comes under the control of his devotees. This was now exhibited by Krishna in his pastime, purport. This pastimes of Krishna is very difficult to understand, but devotees can understand it. It is therefore said, Darsayams Dadvidam Loga Atmano Bhakta Vashyatam Srimad Bhagavatam 10.11.9. The Lord displays the transcendental attribute of coming under the control of his devotees as stated in Brahma Samhita 5.35. Ego abhi asau asaityam jagadanda godim yachaktir asti jagadanda saya yad andaha andandra andandra sta paramau sayandra stam govindam adi purusam damaham bhajami. By his one plenary portion of Paramatma, the Lord controls innumerable universes with all their demigods, yet he agrees to be controlled by a devotee. In the Upanishad, it is said that the Supreme Personality of Godhead can run with more speed than the mind. But here we see that although Krishna wanted to avoid being arrested by his mother, he was finally defeated and Mother Yasoda captured him. Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrama Sebayam Manam. Krishna is served by hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune. Nonetheless, he steals butter like one who is poverty-stricken. Yamaraja, the controller of all living entities, fears the order of Krishna, yet Krishna is afraid of his mother's stick. These contradictions cannot be understood by one who is not a devotee, but a devotee can understand how powerful is unallied devotional service to Krishna. It is so powerful that Krishna can be controlled by an unallied devotee. The Bhrittaya Vasyata does not mean that he is under the control of the servant. Rather, he is under the control of servant's pure love. In Bhagavad Gita 1.21, it is said that Krishna became the charioteer driver of Arjuna. Arjuna ordered him, Senayor Upayor Madhya Radham Stabhaya Me Achyuta. My dear Krishna, you have agreed to be my charioteer and to execute my orders. Place my chariot between the two armies of soldiers. Krishna immediately executed this order, and therefore one may argue that Krishna also is not independent, but this one's Anjana, ignorance, Anjana, ignorance. Krishna is always fully independent. When he becomes subordinate to his devotees, this is display of Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, the humor of transcendental qualities that increase his transcendental pleasure. Everyone worships Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore he sometimes decides to be controlled by someone else. Such a controller can be no one else but a pure devotee.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. So here we can see now, Krishna is a controller and owner of all universes. Even a Brahmaji, Shivji, and like Indra, everyone offer prayers to Lord Krishna. And Krishna is getting scared by her mother, and everyone is like, even Yamraja gets scared of Krishna, but Krishna is getting scared of her mother, and no one can bind the Krishna, but yet the mother Yaśodā can try, is trying to binding Krishna. And Krishna is going to tie himself just because of love. Krishna is purchased by not by the devotees, but the love, devotees, what they love have for Krishna. And Krishna don't need anything, na. There is a there's the Sahasra, thousands of goddess of fortune is serving him, but why Krishna is appearing here, and why Krishna is reciprocating to his devotees, just because of that love that devotees have for Krishna. And even like Kṛṣṇa is a master. Kṛṣṇa at that time, Kṛṣṇa was a king, but still out of his love and compassion, like whatever love Arjuna used to love Kṛṣṇa, he was the pure devotee. That's why even he was the king, he accepted to become a chariot driver. Hare Krishna, Guneshri Mataji, you can read.
Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Neither Lord Brahma, nor Lord Shiva, nor even the goddess of fortune, who is always the better half of the Supreme Lord, can obtain from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the deliverer from this material world, such mercy as received by Mother Yaśodā. Purport. This is a comparative study between Mother Yaśodā and the other devotees of the Lord. As stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 5.142, Ekale Ishvara Krishna Ara Sabha Bhritya. The only Supreme Master is Krishna and all others are his servants. Krishna has the transcendental quality of Bhritya Vatsayata, becoming subordinate to his Bhritya or servant. Now, although everyone is Bhritya, and although Krishna has the quality of becoming subordinate to his Bhritya, the position of Mother Yaśodā is the greatest. Lord Brahma is Bhritya, a servant of Krishna, and he is Adi Kavi, the original creator of this universe. Tene Brahma Hridaya Ya Adi Kavi. Nonetheless, even he could not obtain such mercy as Mother Yaśodā. As for Lord Shiva, he is the topmost Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. What to speak of Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, is the Lord's constant companion in service, since she is always associated with his body. But even she could not get such mercy. Therefore, Maharaj Parikshit was surprised, thinking, what did Mother Yaśodā and Nanda Maharaj do in their previous lives by which they got such a great opportunity? The opportunity to be affectionate father and mother of Krishna. In this verse, there are three negative pronouncements, na, na, na. When anything is uttered three times, do it, do it, do it, one should understand that this is meant to indicate great stress on a fact. In this verse, we find na libhire, na libhire, na libhire. Yet Mother Yaśodā is in the supermost exalted position, and thus Krishna has become completely subordinate to her. The word Vimuktidat is also significant. There are different types of liberations, such as Sayujya, Salokya, Sarupya, Shashti, and Samipya. But Vimukti means special mukti. When after liberation, one is situated on the platform of Prema Bhakti, one is said to have achieved Vimukti, special mukti. Therefore, the word Na is mentioned. That exalted platform of Prema is described by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Prema Pumar Artho Mahan. And Mother Yaśodā naturally acts in such an exalted position in loving affairs. She is therefore a Nitya Siddha, devotee, an expansion of Krishna's Haladini potency. His potency to enjoy transcendental bliss through expansion, who are special devotees. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibha Vitabhihi. Such devotees are not sadhana siddhas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So we can see her, na, like Yaśodā Maiya and like Nanda Maharaj. They are expansion of a Haladini Shakti of Krishna. Like ordinary jivas cannot become Mother Yaśodā and Nanda Maharaj, but they can they can help them like so that with Krishna together. So yes, like by material things we cannot bind Krishna. Krishna can be bind only by the pure devotional service. Hare Krishna Mataji, anyone who has the speed they can read, because at 8 a.m. There will be Bhagavatam class in temple.
Can I read?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna the son of Mother Yaśodā is accessible to devotees engaged in spontaneous loving service, but he is not easily accessible to mental speculators, to those striving for self-realization by severe austerities and penances, or to those who consider the body the same as the self-puppet. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as the son of Mother Yaśodā, is very easily available to devotees, but not to tapasvis, yogis, jnanis, and others who have a bodily concept of life. Although they may sometimes be called Shanta Bhaktas, real bhakti begins with the Dasya Rasa. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 4.11, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stathaiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushyav partha sarvashaha. As the living entities surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects. O son of Pritha, everyone is seeking Krishna, for he is the super soul of all individual souls. Everyone loves his body and wants to protect it because he is within the body as the soul, and everyone loves the soul because the soul is part and parcel of the super soul. Therefore, everyone is actually seeking to achieve happiness by reviving his relationship with the supreme super soul. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 15.15, Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyaha. By all the Vedas, it is I who am to be known. Therefore, the karmis, jnanis, yogis, and saintly persons are all seeking Krishna, but by following in the footsteps of devotees who are in a direct relationship with Krishna, especially the inhabitants of Vrindavana, one can reach the supreme position of associating with Krishna. As it is said, Vrindavanam parityajya padam ekam na gacchati. Krishna does not leave Vrindavana even for a moment. The Vrindavana was Mother Yaśodā, Krishna's friends, and Krishna's conjugal lovers. The younger gopis with whom he dances have very intimate relationship with the Krishna. And if one follows in the footsteps of these devotees, Krishna is available. Although the Nitya Siddha expansions of Krishna always remain with Krishna, if those engaged in sadhana bhakti, sadhana siddhi, follow in the footsteps of Krishna, Nitya Siddha associates, such sadhana siddhas also can easily attain Krishna without difficulty. But there are those who are attached to bodily concepts of life. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, for example, have very prestigious positions, and thus they have the sense of being very exalted Ishwaras. In other words, because Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are Gunavataras and have exalted positions, they have some small sense of being like Krishna. But the pure devotees who inhabit Vrindavana do not possess any bodily conception. They are fully dedicated to the service of the Lord in sublime affection. Prema. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has therefore recommended Prema Pum Artho Mahan. The highest perfection of the life is Prema, pure love in relationship with Krishna, and Mother Yaśodā appears to be the topmost of devotees who have attained this perfection. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. So yes, we can see like tapasvis, yogis, and jnanis put a lot of efforts, but we cannot attain Krishna by some mental speculation and by performing austerities and penances. We can only obtain Krishna through this pure devotional service. And yes, these are the Nitya Siddhas. We cannot become the Nitya Siddhas through our sadhana bhakti, but we can perform a sadhana bhakti and we can follow the footsteps of Nitya Siddhas, and we can serve the Nitya Siddhas, and we can easily attain the Krishna without any difficulty. But what we have to do, we have to follow the footsteps of Krishna. Even when we think, okay, I'm a Yaśodā Maiya or I'm a Nanda Maharaj. So this is the offense. But when you say, I also want to serve Krishna as a Yaśodā Maiya, or I also want to serve the Krishna as a Nanda Maharaj. So this is the desire. This is the good. This is not an offense. And we shouldn't have any kind of pride or bodily conception. Okay, I am a Brahma, I am a Indra, or I am the human, or I am this and that. We should serve the Krishna with all the love, with the pure prema and pure love to Krishna. And this is the goal of our life, to develop the loving relationship with the Krishna. So Hare Krishna. Who wants to read? Muttamanikam Prabhu.
Translation: While Mother Yaśodā was very busy with household affairs, the Supreme Lord Krishna observed twin trees known as Yamala Arjuna, which in a former millennium had been the demigod sons of Kuvera.
Yes, like yes, Krishna is bind himself, like Krishna is bound, but still he is thinking about liberating others. So we can take out one point from here, that like even we are having a lot of problems, but still we also help the other devotees, and we still also help the other jivas to take the Krishna consciousness. So like even we are bound by material problems, but we still have to help the devotees and other jivas to take the Krishna consciousness. And yes, Yamal Arjuna, like was the sons of Kubera, but they have a lot of wealth, and like our like when you have a lot of wealth, you invest wealth in a wrong things. So like they become proud, and like they are taking bath, naked, naked, and they are with enjoying with the women's, and drinking the liquor. And like even when Narad Muni come, they are they didn't offer the obeisances, and they didn't cover themselves. So like Narad Muni get offended. Okay, why you are doing this kind? You are misusing your wealth. You can engage. This wealth is given by Krishna, so you have to engage the wealth in Krishna's service. But rather than you are using this in your sense gratification, you are not. You are not offering obeisance to the Vaishnava. You are not respecting them. So Narad Muni cursed them. But when a pure devotee curse them, it is a benediction. Like yes, Narad Muni cursed them, you are naked now, so like next like you become trees, you can stay naked for a long time. But Narad Muni, what benediction Narad Muni gave? Okay, you have to become a trees, but you become the trees at the in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaja, so house. So like they are watching, yes, they get the curse to become a trees for thousands of years, but they stay in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, and they are able to see the like pastimes and the leelas of Krishna, and like they become liberated through the hands of Krishna. So Hare Krishna. Guneshri Mataji, you want to read?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. A purport, a translation. In their former birth, these two sons, known as Nalakuvera and Manigriva, were extremely opulent and fortunate. But because of pride and false prestige, they did not care about anyone. And thus Narad Muni cursed them to become the trees. Purport. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 10th canto, 9th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Mother Yaśodā binds Lord Shri Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So yes, like we can see how beautiful pastime of this Damodar Leela has happened. So we will discuss once the like take out points. So from milk, what we can learn? Okay, when we don't have, we are not able to serve Krishna, and like when there is no service to Krishna in our life, so this life is not good. Like this life, we shouldn't stay in this life, so we should try to serve Krishna in any means, in other means. From the flowers who are dropping from the hairs of Yaśodā Maiya, we can learn that like even we are not a pure devotees, we cannot serve Krishna directly, but we can help the pure devotees to serve Krishna. So we can reduce the labor from the pure devotees, like we can help them through a lot of services by rendering services to the pure devotees and help them in their mission. So like for my Guru Maharaj, his mission is the spread the Sankirtana movement. So like we should try to pre-reach, we should try to do book distribution, or like even my Guru Maharaj says like we should read the books scrutinizingly. That's why we start the Srila Prabhupada book reading club. And we should get the Bhakti Shastri and other degrees. We should enroll in that courses. So that's the reason I'm also like enrolling. I also completed the Bhakti Shastri, and like now pursuing the Bhakti Vaibhav. I'm not telling you to boast myself. I'm just telling you to, okay, I'm just speaking, but I'm also trying to follow the things. So you should, okay, you are hearing, but we also try to follow the things in our life. So our life should be changed. And from the Krishna, what we can hear, what we can take out the point. Okay, even we are bind, we have the material problems, but then also we have to think about liberating other jivas and other devotees to make them Krishna consciousness. So it's not like, okay, I have a lot of problem, like after by solving after I solve the problem, I will try to pre-reach or not. Whatever condition you are, whatever position you are there, you have to try to spread the Krishna consciousness. You should pre-reach the message of God. And from the Yaśodā Maiya, what we are seeing, that yes, we have to put the labors. We have to when you want the Krishna, you should ready to put efforts, and you should ready to put the labor. And like but by only by our labor can we bind Krishna? No. for binding Krishna, we have to put that 2-finger shot. What was that? Like first is our effort, and the second finger was like the Krishna's desire. Okay, we can put the efforts, but we cannot force Krishna. Okay, I'm rendering service to you, so you should reciprocate. You should give me results. No, like what is in our hand, we have to put the efforts. But but when Krishna desires, he will grant everything. So Hare Krishna everyone, today we can end here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, all glories to assembled
Krishna
devotees.
Mataji,
Hare
wonderful
Krishna,
Hare
session.
Krishna,
I
Mataji.
hope you
Thank
enjoyed the
you.
session, Mataji
Yes,
and Prabhuji.
Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
You know how
Mataji.
beautiful and how wonderful they
Yeah.
like
We felt
this
like we were
pastime is,
with
na?
Mother Yaśodā today.
Correct, Mataji.
Hari bol,
Hare
Hari
Hare.
bol,
Hare
Hari
Krishna.
bol.
Hari Bol, Mataji.
Happy Krishna conscious Diwali to everyone. Please try to make service. More you serve, more Krishna will reveal himself. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Pranam.